The elderly woman suddenly realized in horror that her granddaughter was sitting on the bridge railing. Just then, the girl's father also rushed home, only to find the house completely empty. Before he could react, his daughter dragged the eerie doll back home, but strangely, her mouth was covered in blood. Sensing the doll's eeriness, the father quickly stuffed it into the trunk. Soon after, the grandmother was brought home by police. It turned out that while saving her granddaughter on the bridge, a figure had suddenly lunged at her, biting her arm without warning. But because it was dark, the grandmother hadn't seen who it was. Realizing the doll's horror, the father took it to a temple the next day, intending to burn the evil doll completely. Watching the doll gradually consumed by flames, the man's anxious heart finally settled. He thought everything was over. But the scene shifted. The doll reappeared in a monk's arms. It turned out the monk had known all along that this doll was handcrafted by a master doll maker and priceless, so he secretly swapped the doll. What had just been burned was merely a counterfeit. But just as the monk prepared to find a buyer, a strand of hair emerged from the cabinet. The moment he stuffed the hair into his bundle, an overwhelming wave of nausea struck him. Then, he tumbled down the elevator along with the doll. Thus, the monk was rushed to the hospital for emergency treatment. At that very moment, the abbot appeared, cradling the doll. The abbot ordered Mike to bind the doll immediately, strictly forbidding anyone from touching it. Otherwise, whoever became entangled would lose their life. Hearing this, Mike hastily tied the doll up. Unexpectedly, just then, his colleague burst in and snatched the doll. The woman heard something inside the doll, shaking it forcefully. She discovered a tooth had fallen out. This instant made Mike sense something was terribly wrong. He decided to perform an MRI scan on the doll. The results left him speechless. The doll had developed a complete skeletal structure. Yoshi witnessed this horrifying scene too, since the monk had already died. The police took the doll back to the station. The couple thought they'd finally gotten rid of it, but as the police returned to the station, they suddenly realized the doll in the passenger seat was gone. Before they could react, a figure suddenly appeared ahead. The officer slammed on the brakes in terror, but when he got out to investigate, no one was anywhere nearby. Yet when he bent down to look, he froze in shock. A girl lay trapped beneath the car, her limbs twisted horribly. It seemed the eerie doll truly was untouchable. Seeing this, the priest rushed behind him and performed an exorcism, sealing the doll inside a box, to banish the evil spirit within the doll completely. The priest began a ritual upon returning home. He laid a map upon the table, and after rotating the pendant several times, it settled on a specific location. Through repeated assessments, they finally pinpointed the spirit's destination, an island. But unexpectedly, just then, the entire room began shaking violently. Immediately, the room plunged into complete darkness. The priest instructed Yoshi to use the camera's flashlight, allowing them to successfully seal the evil spirit into a bag. Though the spirit had temporarily quieted, a nail pierced the priest's foot. It seemed the task of reaching the island must fall to the couple. To completely rid themselves of this evil spirit, the couple hurried to the mountain, taking out a metal detector to scan the area. As the device beeped insistently, they instantly realized something lay beneath. They began digging immediately, only to uncover a burial chamber. It turned out the evil spirit sought to be buried alongside its mother. After lighting an incense stick, they slowly placed the spirit into the tomb. But just then, Yoshi's daughter's photo accidentally fell into the pit. Without hesitation,